What's going on, guys? Jay Daniel here. So, how do you actually become an inbound closer? In today's video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to become an inbound closer and really simplify the process so you can get those results you want and whatever you wanted out of the process. And don't forget to watch the video to the end because in the end, I'm going to be mentioning a couple extra special tips that I haven't mentioned before that it could be really helpful for you. So, like, number one, I want you to demystify this thing. It's just a sales job. The same way you apply to work at a dealership is the same way you apply to work at these jobs. You don't need a course to do it. You can literally just apply. Most companies do have hands-on training. Most courses do teach you, something. You're gonna get something out of most courses. So, I'm always a big proponent of investing in yourself, but it's just a job. You're literally just a salesperson and you are taking inbound appointments. So, like, your calendar set from this time to this time with appointments for people for you to talk to. That's an inbound closer. Now, if you don't have any sales experience, and if you don't have any sales experience and you're not amazing at interviews, like interviewing and communicating is a real skill set you do need to develop. It is something I've developed along my journey since I've started posting these videos. But, like, if you don't have that skill set, chances are you're going to want to get into an entry level position. You're going to want to get entry level. You're going to want to kind of work your way up, understand the company, build a reputation, build a resume. Like, being an appointment setter, being a specialist, being somebody who sells, like, kind of the front end products. That's going to be your ticket into the industry. And I mean, typically like appointment setter jobs, you're making anywhere from like 2,000 to like 6,000 a month. There's jobs where you make more, there's jobs where you make less, but that's a nice average, 2 to 6,000 a month. That's typically what you're gonna make setting appointments for any decent company. Um, you're gonna want to start there. How to do that? You can go in Facebook groups, start having conversations. The idea too is if you've never been in business before, you have to change the way you think to not be like an employee and to be a business owner, be an entrepreneur. What does that mean? Uh, so when you walk into a room and see everybody, you might think like, oh, what are these guys into? You know, oh, who are my people? Who are the guys I can kind of mesh with and hang out with? When the business owner, when the entrepreneur walks into a room, they're asking themselves like, hey, what problems do all of these different people solve? Who do they help? What do they need help with? Who do I need to talk to achieve my goals? Who do I need to surround myself with from the people in this group? How can I add value to those specific people? If you go into groups, and I mean not even just Facebook groups, like a LinkedIn group, if you go into a chamber of commerce, if you go into any setting with that mindset, right, and you start talking to these people like an equal instead of like below them or above them, what's going to happen is you're going to start building relationships. And the easiest way to get a job is when you ask your uncle, hey, I need work, and he's like, oh, hey, my friend's place is hiring. I can get you up with an interview. Like, that's the easiest way to get a job, and that's because of the relationship. So if you create that at scale by adding value to these people, like, and you can do that through conversation. Like, instead of just, here, take my business card, like, or like, no, hey, what's going on in you? Like, what do you do? Who do you help? What problem, do you solve? Okay, and what got you into that? What's your goal behind what you're doing? That's awesome. Okay. And you can do that via messenger, and you can take it to an actual phone conversation, which is what I recommend. You always want to be on the phone because if I'm everything I'm telling you right now, if I tell you this via text, like, you're not gonna get the tonality, you're not gonna get the intention, you're not gonna pick up hidden meanings, because success does leave clues. And if somebody can tell that you're serious and you're focused, like, they're gonna take you seriously. You're gonna be able to have a conversation, and once you build that relationship, right, and they can possibly get you into the job you want to get to, or maybe do it in the future because they're in the same industry and they're constantly talking to those people. Like, you're putting yourself in a position to succeed. But that's a very different mindset from, like, job interview. I'm gonna get a job interview. Hey, 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 you hire me, hire me, hire me. Like, it's a big mindset shift, guys, and it's not easy. Like, I know a lot of programs tell you can do it in a couple of days. Some people do, like one in every 100, but that goes for every industry. Like, it's hard, and to change the way you think, to start to not just think differently, but act differently, show up in the world differently. Like, because if you're used to being an employee, like, let's face it, you're gonna show up that way for interviews and you're gonna get turned down because they're not looking for an employee. A salesperson is an entrepreneur. A salesperson is somebody who creates value, who connects with people, who can really, really connect the pieces and think at a very high level. That's who you need to be. You have to become that person. And if you can do that, right? Maybe it'll take you a couple months, maybe it'll take you like a year, but I mean, I think a year is worth it if you can get away from a job you hate, start making good money, and start pushing yourself in the direction of what you want. But it just comes back to networking. Like now I'm launching a gaming channel, and if you're into gaming and you want to keep up with my journey from 0 to 1 million, growing that, right now, Rocket, just if you want to follow that journey, I'll post a link in the description that you can click on to subscribe to the channel and check it out. But on that channel, for me, like I'm doing a lot of networking now, and it's the same concept. Because when you think like a business owner, you're fundamentally thinking of, okay, like who do I need to succeed? Who do they need to succeed? How can I connect them with who they need? Like what problems do they have that I can help them solve? And if you that's a mindset you can take into anything and be successful in literally anything. So as far as like really specific, and I can give you guys a couple tips I haven't given anybody else that I promised at the beginning of the video, like you need to differentiate yourself. Like coming down to actual that conversation of somebody potentially giving you like the most important job in their company, which is the person who brings in the money, like you have to give them a reason to pick you. And here's a tip. Like I know a lot of guys who hire, I know a lot of guys who recruit, they're looking for reliability. They do not want to have to hire somebody again. So you need to show them that you're reliable. Notice I said show and not tell. Show them that you're reliable. Show them that you're the best fit for that position. Like do your research on the company and mention what's important to them. Be different. Have a vision. On my last job interview, now I'm working with a company, really awesome company, and I'll be posting updates on that. But on my job interview, I told them, hey, I have a big vision for my life, and I'm looking for a position that's gonna help me align with that vision. Just total clarity, and that's different. Nobody else is gonna say that at a job interview. That's something entrepreneurs say, and entrepreneurs want to hire other entrepreneurs. It's called an intrapreneur. That's who you want to be. That's the ideal closer. That's the person who makes 6 figures working from home on their own schedule. The intrapreneur, the guy who comes into this with a growth mindset. And man, I don't know how long it's going to take you to really get through that process. It's taken me 4 years to make any money from home because I didn't have that foundation and I had to build it, and I was kind of on my own. But if you want to, kind of get that, make the money, like it's out there in a million different vehicles, but it's not a course, it's not information, it's you changing the way you think to that of a business owner, that of an entrepreneur. Hope this video was helpful. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video if you think it's helpful. If you know anybody who could benefit from the video, that would also help this channel grow so we can help more people. So really appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. I have a really awesome interview coming up in the next week. It'll post anywhere from Wednesday to Friday, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks again. Thanks so much for jumping on, and have a great rest of your day.